is call us, okay? Here is a list of many of the programs we have at the project. We have surveillance program, which is where we go out and collect mosquitoes. Public education, which is basically this right here. We have water management, we have source reduction, which includes the tire recycling program. We have larval control, adult control, and a new one, research and efficacy right there. Now if your town is a member of the project, like Auburn is, and you want some mosquito service, all you have to do is call us, and there's no additional fee or anything. Okay, it is a request-only system though, so only those people who want service will get service. Those who do not want to participate don't have to participate. Okay? So all of these programs occur in your towns. Some are seasonal, okay, like adult and larval control, while others are year-round. Like the water management program is year-round, public education is year-round, source reduction is year-round. So let's get into a little bit more detail about these programs. Now the surveillance program is one of the ones that I'm involved in. Again, this is where we go out into the woods and the swamps, we collect mosquitoes. I can bring them back to the office, help identify them, and then we take the important mosquito species and we'll send them into Boston to be tested for West Nile virus and Triple E. And again, that's exactly what happened last year in Auburn. We collected some mosquitoes, identified them, sent them into Boston, they came back positive, so then we were able to tell the Board of Health and basically contact the residents to increase their awareness. Okay, here we have CDC light trap, and an interesting thing about this trap is we use carbon dioxide as the attractant. Okay, that's what brings the mosquitoes to this trap. And it makes sense because mosquitoes are attracted to us through our breath as well. We breathe in oxygen, we breathe out carbon dioxide, and that's one of the things that brings mosquitoes to us actually. So that's exactly what we're using in this trap as an attractant. This trap, the gravity trap, this uses a pan right here, and inside the pan, you can't really see it, but we actually have old stagnant water in there. So what do you think happens? Mosquitoes come by, they're flying by, they land in the water to try to lay eggs, but when they do, they get collected in this chamber right here. So next we have our water management program, and this is very important. This is in Hopedale, and a couple years ago. We had a stream here that actually collapsed in on itself, and so what it resulted in was a bunch of stagnant water. Okay, this was all flooded, this whole area was flooded, definitely going to breed mosquitoes. So what we're able to do is go in there with our excavator and other machines and reform that stream, which is what happened right here. So that water is flowing, so it's not stagnant, so it's not going to breed mosquitoes. Okay, so by reforming this stream, we got rid of all the stagnant water, got rid of all those mosquitoes, just like that. Here's another example. This one is in Shrewsbury a couple years ago. And we have a pond here. Same kind of situation. The pond started to collapse in, started to fill in on itself. You can see there's a lot of vegetation that started to grow in here. The water got really stagnant, really dirty. So what we were able to do is go in there and with our excavator clean it out, dig it out, and you can see now it's a lot nicer. It's not stagnant anymore, and it doesn't breed mosquitoes anymore. So that's another thing we can do. Okay, now larval and adult control. That's what we have going on right here. One of our technicians is sampling the stagnant water, and if he finds the mosquito larvae, he'll treat it, and of course that will reduce the amount of adults later on. Okay, this program usually begins in the springtime around tax time, middle of April. It's going on right now actually. And soon, starting around Memorial Day, we'll begin the adult mosquito control program, which is what probably most people think of when they think of mosquito control. They think of the trucks and spraying for adult mosquitoes. This happens after sunset usually, and the product that we use breaks down very, very quickly in the environment. Okay, and another note about these too is these are new electric machines, so they're very, very quiet. if you remember some of the older gas machines, you could hear them coming from quite a distance away. But with these new electric machines, they're very, very quiet. Okay, our last program I'm going to talk about today is the Research and FDC Program. And this is another one that I'm involved in. Basically, we're able to test mosquitoes and see if they're becoming resistant to any of our products or our programs. We're also able to actually test our programs to see just how well they're working. You know, it's always good to check how things are going. This right here I put on there, and this is one of those CDC traps, except it's attached to this other device, and we use this other device to actually tell when we're catching the mosquitoes during the night. These bottles under here rotate, and you can actually program it, so again, you can figure out what time of night certain mosquitoes are flying, because that will help us in our control efforts. So basically, in a summary, why do we want to protect ourselves against mosquitoes? Okay, well, mosquitoes, they bite us. They can give us West Nile virus. They can give us triple E. Okay, so it's very important to be aware of mosquitoes when outside. So, what can we do to protect ourselves against mosquitoes? Well, we talked about wearing long sleeves when outside. We talked about wearing long pants when outside. Hats are another good thing to wear. Using insect repellent, if you have it, that's another important thing to do to protect yourself against mosquitoes. Remember, mosquitoes are really active in the morning, they're really active in the evening, so you want to be extra cautious around those times. And also repairing those window screens and those door screens, those are really easy things you can do to reduce mosquitoes and reduce getting bit by a mosquito. So also, how can we reduce the number of mosquitoes around our homes? Well, this goes back to that picture of all those items. You know, we can bring the tire inside, we can recycle that tire, we can change out that water in the bird bath, we can turn that bucket upside down. These are all things that we can do to eliminate stagnant water around our house and eliminate the number of mosquitoes around our homes. Of course, you can also contact us, and again, if you're a resident of one of our towns, you can call us up. We'll come right out and see what we can do around your area. Okay, next, here's a slide of things that actually aren't mosquitoes, but we get a lot of calls about. This right here is called a crane fly. Okay, it looks like a mosquito, but it's much, much larger than a mosquito. Okay, so in the springtime, we'll get a lot of calls. Oh, I have giant mosquitoes, giant mutant mosquitoes. Well, it's probably a crane fly. Okay, mosquitoes don't really vary in size. Okay, and also crane flies do not bite as well. So next we have a midge right here, and just like the crane fly, midges don't bite us. Okay, they come out in the spring earlier than mosquitoes do, and they'll swarm. They might land on you, but again, they're not going to bite you. But we do get a lot of calls, and it's pretty much about these as well. So lastly, we have the black fly, which if you've been out recently, you might have come in contact with some of these. I know I was doing yard work the other weekend and getting attacked by these pretty well. They do leave a pretty good bite, but again, these come out basically before mosquitoes do, and we do get a lot of calls about these. But the products and activities we do are only good for mosquito control. Okay, the things we do and the things we use, the products, wouldn't really control these anyways. Okay, lastly, we're not directly involved with ticks, but I did want to mention ticks today. This right here is a deer tick, which, as you might have heard, can give us Lyme disease. Okay, that's one of the things that ticks can give us. But one of the good things is a lot of the strategies that work for mosquitoes also will work for ticks. Wearing long sleeves, long pants when outdoors, applying insect repellent. Okay, that's something that will also work for ticks. Okay, and the main thing is to really just be aware when you're outside. If you're doing something outside, if you're sitting outside, just be aware that there might be mosquitoes there. Be aware that you might come in contact with ticks. That's really, if you can be aware, you can really reduce exposure to West Nile virus or even Lyme disease. So I hope you learned a little bit about mosquitoes today and how to protect yourself this summer. I want to thank everyone again, thank the Auburn Senior Center again, thank everyone for attending today, and hope you guys have a safe and happy summer. Right now I'll take any questions you guys might have. Here's our contact information. And in the back we also have a bunch of handouts for you guys to take. I know some of you already got those handouts. We also have some insect repellent back there as well. So I'll take any questions now. Yep.
I live in an area that's protected by for wetlands. And then our backyard looks very much like the picture you had of Hopedale
Yep.
here in Auburn.
Yep.
Can I make a request that you come in and
Sure, you can call up, you can contact our wetlands coordinator. She'll be able to come and assess the area and see if there's anything we can do about the area.
Okay, so use that number.
Yep, you can call that number right there. So, are there any other questions anybody has?
That crane fly,
Yep.
is that what we used to call dragonflies?
No, it's not a dragonfly. Another name for crane fly is a mosquito hawk.
Oh.
But they're
They
they're
go
much,
after the mosquitoes?
no, they don't actually eat mosquitoes. But they're much bigger than a mosquito. So, and again, they don't bite us either. So,
How about abandoned swimming pools? Will they breed mosquitoes?
abandoned swimming pools will breed mosquitoes. If you have a swimming pool that's properly being taken care of, it has chlorine in it and all that, it won't breed mosquitoes. But you know, with a lot of the foreclosures around nowadays, a lot of pools are just being left, and we call them green pools actually, because they start to get this green color, and those will breed mosquitoes quite well. So if you have a pool, maybe your next door neighbor, maybe the house is foreclosed and you can see the pool and see it's not being taken care of, you might want to contact us. So any other
We have
questions?
an in-ground pool, and
Yep.
I don't see many mosquitoes.
Does it have chlorine in it and everything?
Yeah, oh,
Yep, yeah, that won't breed mosquitoes at all, as long as it's properly being taken care of. So,
How about wristbands and that say they have, you can put on your wrists or your ankles,
yep.
that have chemicals, do those work all right?
I'm not really familiar with those wristbands, but you know, something to definitely try out. You know, I'm really only familiar with the sprays and that stuff.
Thank you.
Any other questions? I have another last interesting slide. This is how we can tell the difference between a male and a female mosquito. So looking at the antenna here, you see the female antenna is long and it's more hair-like. If you look at the male antenna, it's more of like a feather. You see that? But the thing is, only female mosquitoes bite us. Okay, they need the blood to produce the eggs. So actually, male mosquitoes, they don't bite us. So you've actually probably never really seen a male mosquito before, because they can stay in the swamps. They don't need to come around us. So I thought that was interesting.
Only the female is dangerous, huh?
Yep, only the female mosquito will bite us. Yeah. So again, thank you guys very much, and hope you guys have a safe and happy summer.
Thank you.